This conference will now be recorded.
So yesterday I shown you how to design test cases for complete module branch module, and many of you received mails from few of the people. I'll review them. I will review all the test cases what you have been prepared. Okay. So once I review, trading this is a good news. I got a job in testing during this period. Okay, good. Okay. So let me go ahead with one more module. Here you go ahead and write test case for you roles. I'm directly going with users module. Okay, I'm going with user module. So in this user module, the first functionality for what we need to write user search as per the scenarios, right? So we need to validate for user search. Okay, na? So let us start writing test case for that. And before that, border this. Right click on it. Go with a light color. Right click on it. Format cell. Alignments. So and so. Merge cell. Click OK. And here and between, let us take it as users. Okay. So requirement ID REQ underscore 03 and test case ID EC underscore 0099 test case. Scenario will be TS underscore 013. Real scenarios, what happens, don't confuse, like don't expect that everyone will be writing same test cases here. Okay, in real scenarios, your leader will assign, you may have in real time we have 2-3 testers in a company, we don't have 10 to 20 members in a company, right? So based on your experience, based on your performance, your leader will keep on assigning tasks to you guys. So you are supposed to write test case only for the consent modules what are assigned by your leader. Need not keep on writing for all the modules. Okay, but here we are learning the course, so all of us writing the same module test cases, all of us. Okay, now so here I can take step number 1, and here I need to go with purpose actors. First step, this test case validate user search, right? So there is a precondition is common, and test case step number 2, step now we get number of steps. Step number 2, all of you know that if you want to get this details page, all of you know how you get this user details page. As we get branch details page, you know how you're getting that branch details page means as soon as you log in, you get welcome to admin login page. From that you're clicking branches, you're getting branch details page. Same way, so here as soon as you log in as admin, you just go there and click on users link here, you get the details page. So if you understand one functionality, rest of the functionalities will be common, right? So what user has to do now? Step number 2, click on
users.
users. Yes. So no test data. Expectation is system should be displayed with
Users detailed page.
yes users details page. So mention that correctly. Users details, not detailed. So the spelling mistakes also will create a problem. So please make sure that you're writing perfect. That's what. Observe the functionality carefully and write it. No hurry up. Yes, as soon as you get this page, next step is we need to select your branch, we need to select your role, and we have to click on search button. Very simple, right? So as they give diagram also very clearly, the diagram. So user roles and so on. So click on search. Okay, when you click on search, you're displayed with the so and so record, right? So right in one step, step number 3. In step number 3, number 1, select branch, alt enter. Number 2, select role. Number 2, number 3, click on search button. So as soon as you click on search button, you're supposed to display with what page? You're displayed with the page called so and so user details recorded page. And immediately in the same page, try to click on clear as we did in a branch details page also, right? So when user is trying to click on clear button, you should be able to clear all the fields what you selected and display all the records again. So finally, for last step is click on clear. So when you click on clear, you're expecting outcome is very important. So if you don't write proper outcome, you will be responsible. At the time of execution, you will face a lot of problems. So write clearly. That's it. Nothing more to do with the user search. Immediately, border it. Same thing. Again, we go under in Jira also. Soon I'll start Jira next week. Before that, we have to complete this manually. Okay. We go with the tool, then it will be very easy for us. So next in the user module, we are going with the next module. What is that next module? User creation with valid data. So we have to check with valid data first as per the scenario. As per the scenarios, that is the next module, right? User creation with valid data. So scenario number will be, requirement will be so and so ID. This will be TC underscore 010 10th test case, and the scenario also will be TS underscore 014 14th test case. The 14th scenario. Again, start with step number 1, and for the step number 1, I mention what exact this test case validates user creation. User creation. In real scenarios, you'll have perfect description here with valid data. Okay. So expectation is nothing, no problem. Same for this user creation also, you should get to details page. So the first step is common. Compulsory you have to come to details page. That is step number 2. Step number 2, when you click on users, you are supposed to be displayed with what? User details page. As soon as you get this details page, from this details page, you know very well what to do. We need to click on new user. So what is this new user? Is it a button or link? See, sometimes you may get some doubt. Check that elements they give very clearly. Check that elements they give. See, new user is a button. Developer customer specified it should be a button type. So when you're writing test case, you specify that what type of it is. Is it a text box or list box? Means they give list box. When you say list box, we can select. See that action is also they give you. When it's a text box means they'll say enter. Username tab element not applicable means not applicable means no need to. It is not any actions not allowed there. Not applicable means NA stands for not applicable. Like that we have to understand based on that. Okay. So next step is click on users. So when you click on users, you are supposed to display what page you are supposed to display means we are displaying a page called new user creation page. Okay, you have to display new user creation page. So system should be displayed with user new user creation page. So once we get that user page, now we have to go and see that list box. See, we have to select role, we have to select branch, we have to select customer ID and customer name. See, gray out. As soon as you select customer ID, automatically it will display customer name of the customer who has registered for that branch. And then they'll create one username, one login password, and then transaction password for that user. Okay, so how to write that? Number one, select list boxes, no test data, so no problem. Select role. Number two, select branch. Number two, select branch. Number three, select customer ID. Customer ID. Okay, and as soon as you select customer ID, what is your expectation? Immediately write that expectation. What is that expectation? Username, customer name, username, customer name, customer name should auto generate. Okay, that's what we're expecting. Should auto generate. Automatically it should generate. Now, username, login password, transaction password. Come to the data. They gave list box, customer ID, customer name, auto displays. They gave very clearly. System displays customer name for the selected customer ID. We can write this message also or auto generate also we can say. Give very response also we can give that. System displays customer name for the selected customer ID, right? Next, when we go for remaining elements, that username, it allows alphanumerics. It has minimum characters, maximum characters, and we have tried with a different combination now. All of them have minimum, maximum, same characters 4 to 16, 4 to 16, 4 to 16. Username, login password, transaction password. First, let us write down with minimum. Enter username with minimum data. So what is that minimum data for username? 4 characters. Alphanumerics only starts with alphabet. Alphanumeric. Alphabets and numerics. 4 characters only it's allow. So what do you say here? System should accept. Next, after entering username, next login password. Enter login password with minimum data. With minimum data. So minimum is for login password also 4 characters. Here it says alphanumerics and special characters. Login password is allowing special characters, any of the special characters. Okay. So I can say TS at the rate 4 characters. 3 plus 4, right? 4 characters. So here also system should accept the data. And next login transaction password. Enter login transaction password. Enter login transaction password with minimum data. This one also 4 characters, alphanumeric and special characters. Okay. Underscore. System should accept. And then finally, what we should do? Finally, we need to already we selected all this. See, many people what they're doing, first they're writing username enter. No, as per that form we have to write. First we have to go on selecting, then only fill that. Finally, click on submit button. Click on submit. Many people are writing reverse. Don't write reverse. You know very well. When you click on submit button, you are supposed to be displayed with a message. User created success with user ID. Okay, guys. Now I written with minimum. So continue again with maximum. Minimum plus one is all minimum plus one is also valid, right? With minimum plus one. And next maximum minus one is also valid. Yeah. So that write yourself. Okay. Can you write that, all of you, or you want me to show that?
Yes, sir.
We will write, sir.
Yeah.
We can write, sir.
Okay. Yeah, you can write. That's simple process, not a problem. At the same time, negative steps also to be written. Same with the negative test. What happens? Minimum minus one, maximum plus one, and remaining they gave test data. As per the test data, you have to see that when you leave blank, what happened? When you enter invalid characters in username, what happens? Range already minimum minus one, maximum plus one. Next year blank, minimum minus one, maximum plus one. Here also blank, minimum minus one plus one, blank, blank. These are list boxes. So you can complete negative steps within 5 to 7 steps, I think. Okay, you just design that also, no problem. Okay, guys. So new user creation you have done with valid, invalid. Updation is common that you can do it. I think updation is not a big process. I think we should be able to update. Check, write a test case for that. And deletion also same process. If you understand one functionality is very easy. Everything steps are already given here. See that we can copy down, but modify. Don't copy the same steps. Modify in your English language too. Let people understand the steps what you have been writing here. Don't make them complicated. And deletion also. Now you can follow remaining modules. I think. I hope all of you. Okay, na? Here. Sometimes they may ask you general questions, interview point of view. Before we have 1 rupee coin box, now it is not available. They don't ask you about this. How will you review your test cases? We'll review test case based on the checklist. Your leadership will review. They'll check it out. Checklist, this is used to ensure test case have been prepared as per specifications or not. That's what I told you. In real time, as you are forwarding me, you are sending to my mail, right? In real time also, end of the day before leaving office, suppose this week you are writing test cases, assume that. End of the day, send to your leader. How you send them in your real time, it's not via Gmail and all that. Every company follows their own mailing tool like Outlook Express, WebEx, Lotus Notes. Lot of communication tools will be there. What they configure to your system, post, attach that Excel and post a mail to them. If you go with Jira, need not attach. I can log into Jira and I can review your test cases. That is different process. Excel, I can't get it. So you have to send me. Then only I can review. So, and they'll check it whether you prepared as per the specifications or not. For all the best response of the test case preparation review checklist, test manager will assess this impact and documents in the issue so and so. He'll ensure it. Everything is done. Weekly status to be forwarded. So first they'll check it out. Is that approved test plan is available or not? Before reviewing, they'll check, because see, without approving test plan, if you prepare test case, we can't say that. Are the resource identified to implement test plan? Resource means employees. Are the baseline line documents available? Means SRS available or not? Is domain knowledge begin impacted to the team members who are working on the application? They have to consider all these things. That's what I told you. We don't assign any project without having minimum knowledge. How test cases have been developed considering all requirements or not? Have all positive as well as negative test cases have been identified or not? Have all boundary test cases have been covered or not? Boundary means boundary values, BVA. Have a test case been written for GUI hyperlink testing for web applications? Suppose we are doing web application means cosmetics are very important. Hyperlinks, checking hyperlinks important. Have test case been written to check data integrity for database point of view? Okay, so that is what they review the test cases, and they have to approve your test cases. Your team leader or your manager or your client, they should approve your test case saying that you have written a very good test case. Then only you're eligible to move into next process. And they'll be asking about use case. I told you already what is use case. And write test case for cell phone. General test case, they'll be asking you generally in a interview point of view. In that case, no need to follow template. Generally, we have to explain them. Look at that. I written some few points. Check whether battery is inserted into mobile properly. Any mobile, 10 rupees mobile, 1 rupee mobile, 1000 rupees mobile, 1 lakh mobile. This is common functionality we have to check. Check switch on, switch off of the mobile. Insert SIM into the phone and check. These are the ones we release to market. These are the customers' uses, right? Add one user with name and phone number in address book. Go and check is it adding or not. Check incoming call. Check outgoing call. Check send receive message for that mobile. Check all numbers, characters in the phone working by clicking them. Pad. Panel. Okay. Character panel we have. Remove one user from the phone book and check whether removed or not from the phone. Check whether network is working fine or not. Remaining, these are all basic functionalities. Whether SIM is, what do we call, camera is working or not. These are specifications. Apart from specifications, we have to write for basic requirements. We have to explain basic requirements to interviewer. Even it's a common mission you'll use once you get into company. Coffee mission. Coffee mission. Plug the power cable and press on button. From starting, we have to check. They'll insert the power cable and press the on button. What will happen? There should be given one indicator, right? Bulb will be indicating that machine is on. Make sure that go and check is that bulb is on or not. That's important. Check whether there are different buttons like red, blue, and green. Red indicates coffee, blue should indicate tea, and green should indicate milk. Check that each button produces correct output or not, coffee or tea or milk. Whether the desired output is hot or not. That's very important. Initially, they'll check that, right? Whether the quantity is exceeding the specific limit of the cup. This is very important. Kada? We should not keep on searching when it is going to fill, when it to remove. No. Automatically should stop. Should not exceed the limit what they specified in the settings. Whether the power is off, including power indicator, when press the off button. Verify output without coffee mix, tea mix or milk mix in the machine. Should get only hot water at that time. So, what are basic things? We are going to work on that. We have to check it out. And commonly asking question is lift for test case for lift also. They're asking test case for lift. Every day you are going in lift, but we had to add lot of points for the lift. Look at that. Ensure that lift moves to specific floor as button of the floor is pressed. Right? That's very important. Ensure that lift stops when up and down buttons at particular floors are pressed. Compulsory. Ensure that in case of power failure, lift get halted to a particular floor. Especially shopping malls, when you go into shopping malls. Ensure that lift is working in case button to open the door is pressed before reaching the destination floor. These are all the things we have to check. Ensure that if door is about to close, anybody places his or her foot between the door sends it should stop it. Verify time duration for which door remains open by default. Every lift has some default time, right? Seconds, in seconds only. Check that. Ensure that door does not open while lift is moving. Ensure that door opens once it reaches the floor pressed by the person. Ensure that it stops at each of the pressed floor. Example, if a person press 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6, then it should stop first at floor 1, followed by 2 and 4 and 6. Check that. We have to check compulsory. Ensure that lift gives warning alarm in case capacity limit is reached. Big lifts, we can ensure it. Ensure that lift stops giving alarm if capacity limit is reduced. When it reaches limit also, it should give alarm, and it reduces also, it should give alarm to the people. Ensure that inside lift users are prompt with current floor and direction information the lift is moving towards, audio, visual prompts. Matters in directions. Directions should be displayed correctly. Ensure that door locks automatically and opens automatically when destination is reached. Ensure that first come, first serve priority. Yes, if second person entered fifth floor, one press button 10th, another press button basement. Where it goes? Will it go to 10th floor or basement? You entered in 5th floor. One fellow press 10th button, 10th floor button. Another fellow press basement button. Where it should take you? Who is first here?
The first person.
So 10th floor.
10th floor.
It should go to 10th floor.
Yeah.
Second,
10th floor.
it should go 10th floor. So according to priorities, first come first serve. So these are the basic things we see in our lift also, right? Explain them. So why they're asking such questions means just to test your mindset. I mean, mind you, how much knowledge, how you can think about one product. Just they want to ensure that how much you can think about one product. For that purpose, this will be very useful for us, right? And sometimes they'll be asking you test case for a date validation, picker button. Sometimes you have picker buttons, right? Third party picker buttons like airline applications. When you have a calendar, this is a picker button. Calendar picker button. So they're asking us here. Third party calendar controls date picker will have text box attached with a button icon beside it, right? Text box attached with it's attached with what? With a button, picker button here, right? So can you consider the following? We'll say ensure that calendar window is displayed and active when calendar is invoked by pressing the calendar icon. So once we face an issue, the calendar window is minimized state when we invoke the calendar. Yes, when I press this calendar button, it should be displayed for us, right? It should display it correctly. And when I take away from that again, it should again disappear from that. That's what they're planning. Ensure that calendar date is default to system date. Yes, it should go according to your system. As per my system date, 7, 8th month. 7th, 8th month, 7th day, 8th month. It should be as per your system date. We don't know. Sometimes it may change. That's what. Ensure that when date is selected in the calendar, double click or some other method. Some fellow will go with single click, double click. What the selected date is displayed in the text box. I am selecting 20th. That should be displayed in the text box. Ensuring, because it is very silly for us. But if this date is not working, it's a very big issue for customer. A very big issue. That's what we have to check it out at the same time. There may be number of cases also we can check it out for a valid validation of your test case. So generally, whenever they're asking you test cases for general things, you should be in a position of explaining them in such a way. Okay, I will share these documents to all of you guys. You can also go through it. Even sometimes they'll ask you test case for computer mouse and GUI test cases. What the difference between positive and negative already we discussed. And write test case on Yahoo mail page after login. And also they'll be asking what is defect leakage. This have to cover, we'll cover it. Which of the following statement generates test case is false. And also this is not required. VS is not required nowadays. It is out of required. Anyway, you can go with what is SDLC and briefly discuss the stages in SDLC. Right? What is SDLC? What are stages we have? Briefly discuss where we discuss in SDLC classes. Write test case for a telephone. Nowadays, no more telephone in the market. It's previous one. Write test case on sending of a mail. Generally, they'll ask you. You should write a test case for various tests for pen, especially pen. They'll be asking test case for pen. Give test case for withdrawal money in banking project. Just I prepared some basic things which are asked in interview. How will you prepare test cases? What are the test case we prepared based on what we'll prepare the test case for GUI point of view. And what is traceability matrix? Yet to discuss. Details on content of test case format or IEEE format template. What follows. So they'll be asking such questions. Just go ahead with them. Okay, na? Now, what I want to do is let me review the test cases what you have prepared. Priyanka. If you tell now itself, you'll get clarity. Somebody mute. Somebody sleeping. Who is that? Priyanka, formatting. Let's see. You did formatting, but it is when I move this one, it's not formatted correctly. I told you to select sixth row to format the template. Sixth row, go to view menu, Fridge Paints. When you move it, it should not disturb us. Yes. Login data. Okay. A should be capital, admin both should be capital. Okay, that's fine. Invalid data. Invalid login, invalid. Okay. Valid, both invalid. Passport blank. Okay, that's fine. Branches. Okay. Branch creation with valid data. The minimum data. Enter with minimum data. Enter zip code. Okay. Click OK. Sim should pick. Okay. Next minimum +1. Maximum data. Maximum address 1, address 2, address 3, area. Okay, that's fine, Priyanka. No issue. I don't find any mistakes in your test case. You can continue the same process. But one thing you
Thank you,
can
sir.
do
Yeah.
when you're writing address one, you're not giving any blank space. Just give some space and consider that also. When you give
Okay.
address, no problem.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Next. Which is Kadela. Not your batch. Venkat Sai. Launch premise URL Firefox browser. Okay. Okay. Login. Okay, fine. Branch. Click on clear button. Good. Valid data. Next. Click on OK with minimum +1. Minimum, maximum also covered. Maximum, -1 also covered. Yes.
Yes, sir. I covered.
Yes. Yes. With invalid data. Invalid, you can run minimum -1, maximum +1. Okay.
So,
Okay. Branch updation also written. Right. Branch deletion. Okay. Good. Venkat Sai. No issue.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for update.
Yeah. So same thing we have to write in Jira also. Once we get into Jira, same process again.
Sure,
No,
sir.
there no formatting, no format direct attack. That's very simple. Okay. Next,
Okay. Okay.
Nanita Gupta. Gupta. So you run directly for roles. Okay. Role, new role, minimum data. Uh, Gupta is available.
Yes, sir.
Chudama, like click on new role. Okay. Enter role name with minimum data. Role we have to prepare first with valid data. Minimum data we have to prepare. You mix
Okay.
both minimum and maximum. You mix in that same.
Oh,
When you observe role module, role creation, first we have to enter only with the see mandatory fields we have to write some say description is not mandatory. So ante it may not have minimum data maybe. Look at that. Maximum data only for role description. So what you written here is click on role, okay, click on new role, okay, enter role name with minimum data. Next step is this step is not required. Don't write description here.
okay,
Select
sir.
role type, select role type, and then we have to say click submit button.
Okay, sir.
Then you have to get a message. System should give a message saying that when you see here system accepting is not required. Here we have to write two steps. Select enter, not enter, select. It's not a text box, it's a list box. Select role type, and then click on submit button. Submit button. When you click on submit button, we are expecting a message. What that message? Role displays a message. New role created success with role ID. So that you have to write. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And again, you have to write with the minimum. Not only you written only one step for minimum. Minimum +1 is also valid. Maximum is valid. Maximum -1 is valid. You have to write add number of steps still for this.
Okay, sir. I will do again and send you.
Okay. New role creation is invalid. Minimum -1 and maximum -1. Oh, this is okay. When you write with a valid data, please follow that. Okay, na?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Lot of steps to be added for this.
Okay, sir.
Next,
Thank you.
Siri. Is she available? Sirisha?
Yes, sir.
Enter valid username. Okay. This login is okay. Login. You don't do mistakes. I know. Branch also. Okay. You written separate steps for okay. Okay. Fine. Click on search. Click on clear button. Okay. Next, when you go with the valid data, see Um, enter valid branch name, enter valid address one. Yes, but it looks, why don't you separate each and every step?
Yeah, yes, sir. From next onwards, I did, sir. Yesterday, I
Okay,
watched the video. I understand the process.
okay,
So I done the users, employees, I done everything, sir. I sent
okay,
mail.
okay. Then fine, that's fine. No problem. No problem.
So
That you
yesterday I
rectified.
did it. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then no issue, no issue.
Hmm.
Venkat Sai, already
That was an
reviewed
yesterday.
Venkat Sai.
one.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
then you already prepared.
Yes.
Okay, then for no. Gauri.
That's yesterday one.
Okay. Gauri. Uh, written only for home page. No say
Yes, sir.
move the mouse. No need to say move the mouse. Not required. Say click. You can directly say click.
Okay.
Just click. Say click. No problem.
Just
But still yet to modify. Ma. Only written this test case. Home page only.
yes, sir. I'll finish it today.
Okay. Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. You have 3 days time. You're all of you. Rest of you guys.
Okay, sure, sir.
Okay.
I'll finish it.
Next. That's it.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I sent you one more mail, sir, Sirisha. So I done up
Sirish.
to users, employees, sir. Can you
Okay.
please
You.
just description only I
Okay.
mentioned,
Okay.
sir. Next data I will do it today.
Okay. You're not done with the data.
No, sir, because of net issues I stuck up.
Okay.
So today I will done it.
Okay. Login, not login with invalid data. And one more thing, all of you, for your safety, like when you report any test case to your team lead or anybody, double check it. Spelling mistakes, sentence formation. That's very important because they'll call upon in a conference room to in front of everybody. They'll call you in front of everyone. Negligence that makes a lot of issues here. That's what I'm saying. Once you go to company, before you send to your client or anyone, to high authority people, double check. Even when you post a mail also, some people have that habit like writing shortcuts. US people never understand that language. Be careful. They'll say, I cannot follow your email. They'll cease you to all departments. Be careful. They'll cease you to all departments. Okay. I cannot follow your email. That's it. Don't write any shortcuts. Okay. Simple English. Understand him. It should be a shortcut for question. When you question them, don't elaborate with a lot of stories. Write short form, smart mails to them, and even test case also. When you forward to your team leads or anybody, you double check it. Sometimes you do mistakes commonly. I know you are a good experts, but sometimes because of some issues or because of some tension from your house, family tension, they'll show up in the companies. That's a problem. Double check your email, double check your test case, double check the sentence formation, double check the spelling mistakes, and send them so that it won't get into report status. Suppose I reviewed your test case, comments box ఉంది కదా అయినా సరే సింపుల్ ఏమంటాడు రిపేర్ అని అసలు అంతే. Repair into meaning, what is that meaning? We have to modify the test case. They'll tell us in what steps we need to modify. Or they'll give in a picture if a leader is a very useless fellow, then he'll specify I don't accept your test case. Okay. So make sure that you're writing perfectly with good sentence formation. Description steps are very important because everybody should execute test case according to this description steps only. and expected is also important, and test data is important. These three columns are very important while writing test case, because every test case will execute based on this only, right? Every software testing will be done based on these steps only. That's what, right? Clearly, perfectly, no problem. So now you are getting experience. Once we go to Jira, one more experience you get. Very simple that, okay? No problem. Okay, Ms. Risha, good. Go ahead, remaining steps, fill up the remaining steps, ma. Huh?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, get ready. For all of you, get ready Monday. All of you, get ready for Monday. Monday, I will show you how to execute your test cases, how to defect report when you get defects, how you report defects, how to follow defect reporting, and then we'll start Jira. Again, in Jira also, we'll write test case, we'll execute test case, I'll review them. Lot of things we'll review. That makes sense to me and makes sense to all of you guys. If you're simply assigning tasks, some people are doing that. I don't want to do that. Let me review so that you're doing mistakes or not, I'll understand clearly. Now, some people see who are prepared. Now you got clarity. What are the mistakes you've done? How to rectify that mistakes? Am I clear? Reminding people, Arjun, you guys were, Lata, Bharatwaj, Joshna.
I will send tomorrow.
Okay, Priyanka, one Priyanka only I got. One more Priyanka. Number of people, please go ahead here. Please work on it. After once we get into Selenium, we'll be busy because Selenium is not a theoretical part. It's a practical oriented. Okay. All of you, I think, joined for only manual, or all of you joined for Selenium also? Manual plus
Selenium
Selenium.
also. Yeah. Manual
Sorry?
Selenium, sir.
Selenium also.
Yeah.
Manual, both.
Both, all of. Anybody only for manual?
Both, sir.
Nobody is, right? Okay, fine. That's what. Once we go to automation tool, Selenium, we'll be busy. That's what I'm saying, guys. Okay. So please get ready for Monday. This is what we can do. Test case, simple process.
Is this what the manual testing is, sir? Like all about even in the jobs? This is what we are going to do. The same thing.
100%, ma. 100%. Monday, Tuesday will be interesting. Again, we have to learn bug life cycle, defect reporting, executing. Still, we have some more to be covered.
Which is related to manual.
Yeah, manual. Still, we have manual, ma. Still manual. We have manual. Next week, we'll start Selenium. We need to work with Jira also, right? We need to work with Jira and how to run a test case, how to defect report. These are very important. Bug life cycle, understanding bug life cycle, how to close a defect. This process I'll explain you clearly. Okay. These are hot topics in STLC here. STLC is a main process in manual testing. Waterfalls model, V model, white box testing, black box. These are only knowledge purpose we learn. Just to have some awareness. But once we get into company, you will be assigned with STLC process, writing test case, review test case, understanding requirements, understanding specifications, writing test case in such a way, identifying scenarios, writing positive way, writing in negative way, reporting to team lead, attending the peer review meetings. So this is all the process we follow. And once we get a build from developer, then I will show you how to execute them, how to identify defects. When you get defect, how you log them into defect reporting process, and how we report to developers. This process will happen again. Okay?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Fine. So see you on Monday. I want
Monday,
all of
sir.
you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. I want all of you guys to complete the process. Please, all of you. Get ready.
Yes, sir. Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah,
Okay,
bye-bye.
sir.
See you on
Thank you,
Monday.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah. Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you, sir. Have a great evening.
Yeah.